Hey guys, welcome back. I've been on a press-on nail journey for a while now, and I got a lot of questions on Instagram about like how I make them last, what products I use. So I thought I would just do a full video where I made a set of press-ons with you guys. Start out with these stands, which honestly they really piss me off, and it's because like I can't find a good stand that has like a super strong magnet, so they're always just kind of sliding around. This is like my second set and all of the magnets are weak. So let me know if you know of a strong one, but it comes with this museum putty. I'll have everything linked in my Amazon storefront, so if you don't catch the name of something, honestly if you just type in like press-on nail stands, they're all kind of the same. So I stick the putty onto each one because that's what will keep the nail on the stand. Let me position this in a little bit of a better angle so you can see what I'm doing. So I did like a round of sales on Instagram of these press-ons, and I did really well. I just kind of like wanted to gauge interest before I like invested all this time and money into it. But I've been really into nail art lately, and especially doing like really intricate nail art. So here's some that I've made recently. So here's some kiwis. Focus. Kiwis, I love those. I made these yesterday as well. This was inspired by my shell chandelier. I've made these. I'm loving a gingham moment. These are so fun. The Diet Coke nail, I cannot get to like show up on camera as nicely as it does in person, but it's silver chrome. Then I have these. I love these so much. They feel like very 80s inspired. And then these, oh my god, I'm like, are these my favorites? I don't know. Focus. I love those. I'm again loving the gingham. Then what I do is I make them to fit my hand so that I can use them, even though these are just like the samples. I make all of them custom to fit the customer's nails, but I make the samples to fit my nails so that I can use them. I'm like, it's titty, you know what I mean? It's like they're on display, but what are we gonna do? So the press-ons I use are by the brand Après, and they're Gel X tips. So these are soft gel tips, but instead of doing the whole Gel X process, they'll be glued on. So they're really nice, good quality. So like if I'm making some press-ons for you, you'll have measured your fingers and you send me those measurements, and then I find your correct nail tips, and so that's what I would do. I've been into nail art for like so long, and I've been doing my own nails for years. And then lately I've been doing my friends' nails, doing like Gel X and like builder gel and designs and stuff. I usually keep this here, and I like, that's why it's so dirty. I like to work off of it. But basically, before I get started, I'll take fine grit sanding band and my e-file, and I etch the underside of the nail a little bit. And this is really important for adhesion purposes, because I got a lot of questions on like how come my press-ons aren't staying on long, and this is why, most likely. I do this before every order, before I even do any nail art, is I etch the underside so it's not just this like smooth, slick surface. It'll have like a little bit of grit to it. So you can do this with any press-ons, like if you have an e-file, and then I have like a smaller one that I use if like sometimes someone's nail beds are really small, I can't get the full size. Yeah, I've been doing this a lot because I just really enjoy it, but also just like another way to like supplement my income, because like content creation just hasn't been paying what it used to, and I don't know if that's just like the industry right now or if it's me. I don't know. Like sometimes I get a bit existential about it, and I'm like, okay, they don't like me anymore because I'm old and washed up, and you know, I'm really not, but I'm like, in industry terms, I'm like, is it like I'm like 35 now and they're like, we're ready for fresh meat? I don't know. Anyway, once they're like this, then you can just stick them on. I just brushed the dust away. Yeah, so I've been like trying to supplement income like this, and like, you know, people aren't really buying very many ceramics either, just because of like the economy. It's like we're all feeling it. I've been enjoying this because I really thoroughly enjoy it, and it's like artistic expression, and because people aren't going to the nail salon as much. Recession indicator, they're doing press-ons, and even though like getting like some custom press-ons are like more expensive than getting like the $20 ones at the store, but still cheaper than going to the nail salon because you can reuse them. All the things that go into it, it's basically the same, all the same materials as going to the nail salon, but you'll be able to glue these on, soak them off, and reapply them over and over. Anyway, so then now I take that same fine grit sanding band and I just like lightly buff. You can do this with like a buffing block too, but I go over just the surface. So again, just to get rid of that slick surface so that none of the polish like chips or peels, or I don't have any issues. So because I like enjoy doing nails so much, and I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable about it, I'm like, I've been considering getting my nail license, because I've always kind of envied people who had like degrees, and like I never finished college. I don't have a degree. I don't have like a fallback career. I always just worked like kind of odd jobs that paid nothing until like being a content creator paid off, and that wasn't even like something I like thought would ever happen. It just like did, and I was able to like quit working full time. But I always like envied people who had like these like backup careers. I never had a career, you know what I mean? So I just like being an artist, and I like working for myself, and I could still do that being like, if I got my nail license, I'd be like a private nail tech, but you know, it's like expensive and time consuming to do that. So I just kind of I'm just thinking about it more to see if that's something I really want to invest in. But again, like also my thought is like, if the recession is bad and I get my nail license, like, are people even going to go to the nail salon? Are people going to come and see me and get their nails done? I mean, I know people still get their nails done, whatever. Not everyone's affected by the recession, but I don't know. For now, I'm really enjoying this. I do need to get back into the pottery studio, and I have like a lot of like new ideas. I felt like really inspired being in Paris. Just like seeing various art and things, like I feel like it kind of ignited something in me, because I like, you know, I pivoted to doing like more like sculptural, one-of-a-kind work, and with that comes like a higher price tag, and like people aren't really frivolously buying art right now, which I get. I'm not either, but I just felt burnt out on like doing like mass production pottery of like making like 20 mugs and 20 bowls or whatever, and so I feel like I'm finding my way back to like somewhere in between, where I like kind of like got really burnt out and went the complete opposite way. And I really like what I'm making still. Like I'm not like gonna not do that anymore, but I'm starting to think again of like, I want to make a serving tray, or I want to make a mug, or you know what I mean? But like I still want to do more like small batch things. Anyway, it's just what I'm doing now. And I've been really enjoying making these press-ons, and I've been enjoying wearing them too. I'm like a full convert. I was like doing Gel X on myself, like the full Gel X process, because I just like doing the whole process. But then like I started making these press-ons, and I was like, well, I need to test out these press-ons if I'm selling them, so I need to try my product, and I've been like testing them out, and now I'm like, okay, you sold me. Okay, so nails are all prepped. Now is the fun part. So then what I do is I take a base coat, and this is by this brand that I get on Amazon. It's a really good like base coat, top coat situation. I just do one coat of that. I'm gonna do some chrome nails today because I just want to give people some options for like maybe not everyone wants like crazy nail art, which I'm like, why wouldn't you? But anyway, sometimes I'm having like a clean girl nail moment too, or just like wanting a solid color, so I'm gonna do some solid colors today, even though I have so much fun. So this is my light. This is like the most important thing if you're doing your own gel nails at home. And I put these in, I cure for a full 60 for everything, because you really don't want to mess around. And like, actually, I normally wear gloves when I'm doing this, but I'm fine. Doing your own gel nails at home is not something you want to do if you're not skilled at applying nail polish. Like if you have trouble applying nail polish to your nails without getting it on your skin, don't attempt to do gel nails yourself until you've improved, because a lot of people are giving themselves contact dermatitis. When I started doing my own gel manicures, it was so long ago. It was like 13 years ago or so. And you could not buy these things as readily as you can now. I was having to get them on like the black market. I was having to like give my friends who had like cosmetology license money to go to the store for me and like get the nail light and the nail polish and like all these things. So I've been using them for a long time, but now that they're, a lot of people think like people are getting contact dermatitis from like the cheap products. It's not the products, it's user error 9 times out of 10. And it's because you're getting it on your skin and you're curing it on your skin, or whatever the case, and it's really bad. And a lot of the times people have it forever, and you'll not be able to use gel nail polish anymore. So if that's the case and you still want to make your own press-ons, that's fine. Just wear gloves, make the press-ons, because once everything's cured, you won't, you know, there's no risk of the dermatitis. So all of that lecturing, I'm gonna go ahead and put some gloves on. I've been holding out because I only have 2 pairs left. I ordered some new ones, but they're not gonna be here for a couple days. The color I'm gonna be using is by D&D, and it's called Romantic Lover number 890. I love D&D polish because they're relatively cheap. They have, I don't want to say cheap, but as far as like, you know, professional nail products go, they have sales all the time. I don't think I've ever paid a full price for D&D polish. And I get it from their website. Don't get it from Amazon. I don't trust that. But anyway, I love this color. It's like a sheer lush pink, and I think it's gonna look really good with chrome over top. There's like a crossover between like nails and ceramics. It's like a lot of painting, it's a lot of like intricate work, and sometimes like when I'm doing the 3D art, it's like sculpting with 3D clay, and I don't know, it just feels really similar. And I've been feeling like my nails are inspiring some ceramic ideas. So I'm gonna have these. I was doing it like the first round I did just like through Instagram and Venmo, but I've been taking like professional pics and trying to add these to my website shortly so that you guys can order them. So here's what it looks like without. So pretty, honestly, love this color by itself. These I've had forever. This is by Ocean Platinum. You want for chrome a non-wipe top coat, which this one is, and it's great for chrome. And then I'm only going to cure this for 30 seconds because I just find that the chrome sticks better when it's just like a little bit under cured. Okay, so the platinum one is just like a clear pearly one. It's like what, like the Hailey Bieber donut, glazed donut look or whatever. I just take like a eyeshadow applicator sponge thing. Okay, so now that the chrome's on, they're looking so good. The last thing to do is just to do the final top coat and cure, and then these are done. So once they're done and fully cured, I take them off the stands, and this is kind of an annoying part, is you kind of have to like get the sticky stuff off. Sometimes there's like some rough bits where like, you know, the gel kind of seeped down a little. So I'll just kind of go around and file those if I need to. And now they're done. Look how pretty they are. They're like princess nails. So I'm gonna go do a few more sets, and then I'll show you how I put my press-ons on. That'll make them last a long time. Okay, I'm ready to put on press-ons. These are the ones I want to wear today. I'm just really feeling the kiwis. So to get them to last, you need to buff your natural nails. There needs to be like no shine. You can do that with an e-file and like a really fine grit sanding band, but only if you're like know how to use an e-file, because when I was learning how to use one, I've fucked up my nails and they're still growing out from it. So I would just do either like a 180 file or buffing block and just kind of get all the shine off your nails. And then if they're not already etched, you should etch the underside of your press on, and that's where the e-file kind of comes in handy. You can get them on Amazon, but that's what's going to really adhere it and keep it on. The other thing is glue. They're not all created equally. I love this one. This is the Beauty Secrets one. This is basically cement for your nails. So I just put a little, like not a crazy amount, but just like create a little area on my natural nail, and then I hold the press on. It doesn't dry instantly, so you just kind of want to hold it for like, I don't know, 30 seconds until it's at least dry enough for it to stay on your finger without holding it. Oh, I forgot to mention, your nail needs to be clean of any dust or debris. I actually forgot to use this. I'm gonna do it on my other nails now. This is a nail dehydrator. You don't need this. If you have isopropyl alcohol or acetone or both of those things together, really helps to dry out and dehydrate the nail. And you just want to make sure there's no like oils or lotion or anything like that, or your nails are not going to stay on. So the way you know that they're perfectly etched is if you do the dehydrator, and then you can see all the little scratches in your nails. You don't want to do it deep enough to where you're damaging your natural nail, but just on the very surface where you're just kind of creating a rough texture is all. Another thing people are asking is, how do I get these off without damaging my natural nails underneath? You have to soak them off. You have to soak them off in soapy water with like warm soapy water. I use just like Dawn dish soap, warm water, and oil. I use olive oil. And you just soak them while you're watching TV for like 15-20 minutes. Like honestly, this glue is so good. Like I have to soak them for a while. And then you can like kind of get a cuticle pusher under there and they'll start to like lift up. But I've been like swimming with these. They haven't lifted at all. And that's why I like the Gel X ones with like all the gel products, is because they look like I legit got my nails done rather than like their cheap press-ons I got at the store. I find that they last better too. But so then I'm just doing that on all the nails. And then when I soak them off, I'll be able to put them back in this container and reuse them. So that's why you don't want to use acetone or anything to get them off, because then it'll, since these are gel nails, they'll dissolve. I'm obsessed The kiwis, you guys. Something else that I forgot to mention, another reason why your press-ons might be popping off is if they're too small for your fingers. You want ones that are gonna fit from sidewall to sidewall without leaving a gap. And if you're, it's better to go a little big than a little small. If they're a little big, you can like file on the edges, because a lot of people are like between sizes, and that's okay. You just want to file a little bit around the edge to make it fit with your nail. But that's also important when you're sizing them, especially with something like Gel X. They're gonna be flexible before you put the gel products on, but once you've put gel products on, they are not going to bend. So if you had to like push the Gel X onto your nail to where it like flexes to fit, then once you cure gel onto it, it is not going to fit anymore. So that's why it's important to like properly measure and fit your nails. But I've got one hand down, and then I'm gonna just be careful for like the next half hour until this is like fully dry. And it's better to put them on at night so that your hands aren't in water until the glue is like fully cured, but I don't usually bother with that. And here's the new set, and it looks like I got them done at the salon. It looks like they're like Gel X the regular way. What the hell am I saying? You know what I mean. Yeah, and these will be on pretty much for as long as I want them. I usually get bored after a week and then I soak them off, but yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Sorry, I was already doing the thumbnail.